Hello everyone, welcome back to the Minecraft client tutorial coding series, and let's continue. Navigate to the Minecraft files, and because we are coding our custom client, we'll have to make custom package names. So I believe you are known with the Google or general the Java naming conventions, etc. So you can make your own packages. If you have the net domain, you can go under net. But for my and pointless domain, we are store.scriptkitty, and this client will be operating under that alias. All right. Today we'll be coding the main class, and we'll be hooking the initialize method, the shutdown method, and we'll be hooking and creating some events today. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, let's start with the main class. For us, it's gonna be, because it's best clan, we're gonna just call it best, I guess. And we'll make it an enum. You can call it whatever you want. If you use git, whatever. Make it final. Oh, never mind, don't make it final, stupid of me. Best and instance. I hope you know how enums work. Instance, there we go. Instance. And without further ado, let's continue. Um, First off, we'll make a Minecraft object, which we'll be using throughout our whole client to access the Minecraft class. So, public static final Minecraft MC equals to Minecraft.getMinecraft. Alright, the next thing is also very important is the event bus, which we'll be using throughout. The event system is called Alpine. It's made by Zero Memes, and you can search it up on GitHub. Alright, so to do that, we have to do it's public. Well, I prefer public static final, public static for the best class directly instead of having to call for the instance. Um, Event bus interface, call it bus, and then do equals to event manager dot my bad builder, and this is the event bus builder for this event system. So first off, you gonna set a name. Should be a descriptive name for your event bus. I guess we're just gonna call it root forward slash best, then dot set super listeners. Just read through the event system if you're interested in what this does, and dot build to build the event bus. Alright, and now we're gonna do some customizing. So we want to make some variables which we'll be using throughout the client, for example the name, the version, the command prefixes, authors, etc. But let's get started. So we'll make it private. Oh yeah, we'll be using getters. Well, that's how I do it. I'll make it public using encapsulation. So we use Lombok, so just do it like a global getter. So private string name name equals to best comma. Why is this not formatting? There we go. Comma version equals to B001. You can do like maybe V1 or alpha. We're just gonna leave it, I guess, at B001. And then we're gonna do command prefix. This is for the future command manager we'll be making. Hashtag, we'll be using hashtag. I don't know, kind of like it. Then we'll be using, I will be making another prefix, the client prefix. It's gonna be pretty simple for now. I'm gonna make it so best. And this is like when you want to display chat messages to know like it's displayed by the client, not by supplier or something else. And for good measures, you can add an author's string. For us, it's point. Oops. Oh, points and dev of def. That's me. Woohoo! There we go. These are the strings we'll be using, if I didn't forget any. And now we'll be making the init method and the shutdown method. So first off, the init method, final void init. So this method is going to be called at the startup of Minecraft. This will initialize all our managers, resources, etc. This is like where your client starts executing, and in the opposite manner is the shutdown method, which handles the closing of the client. So there will be like saving the configs, for example, handling how to close the client, which system message should be should displayed, etc. So this is like the thing that runs when your client is shut down. Alright, to hook these methods, we have to go into the Minecraft class. If you haven't watched the previous video, to get this pop-up, press shift consecutively 2 times and you can like search classes here. So to hook the init method, we will be having to go into start game, to the start game method. You can just like control click here and then just scroll down to the bottom of the method. There we looked it, and okay, here above this, the render global make entity outline shader. So what we'll be doing is best dot instance dot init, and for good practices we'll be putting here edited client hook, because we're hooking the init class. And some, you may see some people like start and then they're like linear or something. For example, for me it would be best, like start best and stop best, so you can see the changes. But we'll just be doing edit to client hook. So my comments always start with edited, and it's like where I search, where I have hooked stuff in the original Minecraft code. You can do how you prefer it. This is just my preferred way. Okay, let's continue. The shutdown method will be hooked in the shutdown Minecraft applet. Preferably, well, how I do it is under the logger.info and this try catch. So what we can do is, again, edit client hook. If you want to make it more descriptive, you may do that. And oof, oh god, a lot of typos right now. s.instance.shutdown. Alright, we've got the variables down, the event bus, the Minecraft object instance. That's gonna be it for the main class for now. We will be expanding this, and let's continue with the event. Alright, the first thing you want to do is make a new package, and I like calling it event. You can call it event or event, whatever you may wish to call it. I just like keeping it simple, I call event. And the first thing we're gonna create is something very simple, an enum. It's gonna be called event flow, my bad, event flow. And we're gonna have 2 instances of the enum. First off is inbound and outbound. So this is to determine if, like, for example, when packets flow, if they're inbound, so if they're coming from the server to the client, or if they're outbound, if they're coming from the client to the server. So this is S2C, so server to client, and this is client to server. Then we'll make a new class. We're gonna call it event. This is our public abstract final class. Ooh, public abstract class. Yeah, so we're making an abstract. Why? Because we don't want instances of the event class itself. We just want classes that inherit, um, well, which will extend this class, or which inherit attributes and methods from it. So we never want an event class instantiate. Then add getters and setters by using Lombok. Alright, public abstract class event, and we'll be extending it the cancelable event. This is from Alpine, from the event system we're using. This just gives some it gives like it gives a cancelable, so you can make it cancelable, so we don't have to write out. So you see you have boolean cancel, you can cancel it. So set cancel is cancel, check. And then we'll be doing some extra stuff, adding to our own event class. So first off is the event phase. So event phase. This is to, like, if you want to customize in which state the event is currently in. So you can have one event, but it has like multiple states. So Alpine gives 3 states: pre, on, and post. Then the class we made earlier is public event flow. And actually, we can just make this private. If we're already using encapsulation, we're gonna make it pretty. These two. Then we're gonna do a bunch of if checks. So public boolean is pre. Then we do if event phase equals to null, then return false. So this is just so we don't get a null pointer exception or any unforeseen behavior if it is null. So if we have that checked, then we do return event phase equals to event. Oh, my bad. Event phase equals to event phase dot pre. Perfect. And now we can just copy paste this and do the same thing with on, and with this one is post. There we go. And here post. Let me see if I didn't miss anything. Nope. And the same thing we'll just do like with the event flow. So if you event flow is null is inbound, and event flow in oh, my bad. Event flow dot inbound, and we can just copy this and paste it is out. There we go. Okay, this should be the event class. So getters, setters, abstract, cancelable, blah blah blah. Yeah, so this is everything. It's just a bunch of utility methods we created. And let's get to creating events. Alright, so we will make a new package. We're gonna call it IMPL. This stands for implementation, so we have everything sorted nicely. And then make a new event, or a new class, my bad, and call it event update. There we go. And make it extends event. There we go. Yeah, for event update, this is gonna be for later on. Yeah, no, just leave it like that. My bad. So have an event update. Then the next event we're gonna make is, ooh, my bad. You can press here and close all tabs. Is event key. This is an event that will listen for key presses. And why I didn't, like, for more experienced people, oh no, bad. So we will be sorting our events by categories because I like everything sorted. I'm a sorting freak. I like my code clean, so we're gonna have categories. So we have like an update category. We will be having an input category and a packet category. These three categories we will start out. We will of course expand later to other ones, but this is what we're starting with. So event key goes into input because it's user input. Then when update goes into update, and there's gonna be a last event, which it will be event packet. Alright, so for update, you can just leave it like that. Alright, let's go to event key. Excuse myself. Extends event. There we go. And now we're just gonna do at gather at all our constructor. Since we do not want to really manipulate the keys, we're gonna make a private final int key. Keystrokes are handled via key codes, which are integers, and we'll just be listening for them by passing them down for the event pipeline for this event. Yeah, okay, let's go to packet. This will be the last event for today. So at gather and setter, why here a setter too is because we will be manipulating packets to handle some special stuff, I guess, if you want to call it that. It's just to make killer, for example, or some other stuff. If you want to, for example, have a disabler, you need to cancel packets or modify them somehow. So that's why I have a gather setter, and of course an all-ax constructor. What Lombok does, just read it up. If people didn't know, so if you don't know what Lombok is, it's a dependency which replaces getters, setters, and constructors. It's written like this. If you don't know what it is, just Google it. Right. And we'll have a private packet, wildcard generic, and packet. There we go. And this will be the last event for today. Now, of course, we'll be having to hook those. So I guess we'll be starting with event key. So go into the Minecraft main class again, and then search k equals to 1. Right, and then we'll be having we'll be having to hook it above here. So k equals to 1. Hook it in the first after parenthesis of the else statement. So what we'll be doing is, I'm thinking, can we just directly post it? Yeah, I guess sure. So what we'll be doing is best dot bus dot post new event key. Maybe you're wondering by now, what the fuck is an event system? Basically, how we'll be handling modules and cheats is we'll have certain events that happen when a certain when a certain thing is executed. So we basically hook to a certain area of the game's code where something happens and we want to modify something in there, or just listen for it. For example, we want to know what key the player pressed. So what we can do is then when the player presses a key, that it then turns on a module. So that's why we listen for it. I will explain in a later video how the event system works in detail, and we'll get an example, but for now just think as a magic thing where you can pass an event and it spits it out on the other end where you can modify the values that you pass in. And here we just want to pass in k, which is a key. And for good measures, I'm just gonna do edited. Oops, caps lock on. Edited client event. There we go. You can do it like with start stop or whatever. I just like it like this. So the next thing we'll be hooking is an entity layer SP in the on update method. As the name suggests, this is where we'll be hooking the update on update method. So what we'll be doing is best.bus.post new event update. There we go. And for good measures, just paste and edit the client event. Alright, my bad. For the last event, this is gonna get a bit more fancy, is event packet. So remember how we made this event flow enum? This is where it comes in handy. As I already explained with the server client relationship, is first off we go into network manager, into channel rate 0, this method, and we're going into the try catch, and we'll be making a final event packet event equals a new event packet. Oh yeah, I already renamed this to handler context and packet. So for you it's gonna be like some gibberish. So what you do is just press shift and F6 and rename it to handler context. Adequately rename this to packet or P, whatever you wish for, what is comfortable for you. I just renamed it packet, like it like that, and we'll be passing on the packet. I'll be setting the event flow to set. Look, I forgot to extend it. So extend event. Oopsie, event, and event dot set event flow dot inbound. This is where the packets are read from the server. Yep. And then we will cancel it. Well, if it's cancelled, we will cancel it. So if event dot is cancelled, event dot cancel. So for example, we all know disablers. Well, not all, but I hope you know it. And for example, when someone says like disable a packet or cancel a packet, this is what they mean. Is the packet is not processed. So this is the process method of the packet interface. The packet is not processed and not really registered by the client in that sense. Okay, and we've done that, and the last thing is we will have to be hooking in net handler play client. There we go. It's in add to send queue. This is the method name, so just search up add to send queue, or control click it. I'll also rename the tier to packet. Please do that, or rename it to whatever is comfortable for you. Well, then we'll be making the same thing as here, so we can just copy that. Actually, whoops, close that. There we go, and we'll be setting it to outbound and packet. Yeah, there we go. This should be fine. So what this does is this is the method which adds a packet to the send queue, and this is just like the queue. Well, if you know Java and the queue interface, you know how that works. It just like adds a packet to the queue, and these packets will be like sent to the server in the order. So first in, first out, etc. Yeah, just learn Java, please. We're not making a Java tutorial here. Yeah, and that's the last hook for today, and Pointless is gonna be doing the rest, I guess.
Hello everyone, this is me Pointless. Let's get right on to the tutorial. So first things first, let's open up Best. Let's open up the main client class. What we want to do in here is we want to do bus dot it is I think it's subscribe, right? Yeah, definitely subscribe this, and then bus dot unsubscribe this. So we'll go here and let's do display dot set title. Let's go name plus, let's put an arrow and then plus version. And so this is going to set the title of once we launch Minecraft, the top of the title is going to be that. So let's go ahead actually, and we're going to make a new package. Let's name this module, and here you go. So you can see in the title of Minecraft, it's best arrow build 001. So there we go. Now in module, let's go ahead and make a new Java class. We're gonna name this, or we're gonna put this as an enum, and we're going to make it a category. Make sure to put this as an enum, please. Okay, enter. So now we want to go ahead with categories. So I'm gonna go ahead with combat. Let's see, combat, motion, player, visual, and miscellaneous. There we go, that's good. So now let's go ahead and we're going to new Java class interface module info, and we're going to go up here and we're going to type some stuff. So target, I think it's element type, at retention policy runtime, pretty sure, yep. And we need to put an at here to prevent that from erroring. So now we can type in string name. So this is going to be the name of the module, string description. So this is going to be the tooltip, so basically the description of the module, and then the default is going to be no string, that way it doesn't error. And I forgot to do this. And then category is category. Okay, there we go. So that's module info. Let's go ahead and make the actual module class. So new module, and we're going to start it with a getter. So everything that we type in here is actually get, so that we don't have to manually make getters and setters. But there you go. So boolean toggled, private final string name, description, private final category, and so this is going to error for a bit because we still need to initialize it. So at setter private int key, this is going to be the keybind for our module. So then we want protected final Minecraft MC equals best dot instance dot get MC, and then now we can initialize the things over here. So module module info equals get class dot get annotation module info dot class, and then we want to validate. So validate dot not null info, and then let's type in confused and notation exception. That's good. Now let's go this dot name equals info dot name, this dot description equals info dot description, and then this dot category equals info dot category. Cool. So now let's go ahead and type some more stuff. So public void on enable. In here we want best dot best dot bus dot subscribe this. No, it's erroring. Okay, I'll fix that. Give me a sec. On disable best dot bus dot unsubscribe this. And so to fix this, we need to implement subscriber. There we go, much better. So now we need a toggle. So we're gonna do public void on toggle, just so we know when a module is toggled. And then we're going to do public void toggle. And this is for, say, this is for like notifications and stuff if you want to ever have those. So on toggle, if toggled, so if the module is currently on, then we turn it off and we call on disable. Otherwise, if the module is currently off, then we turn it on and we call on enable. And then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to make a set toggled, just in case you want to set it directly. I've had to use this before, so we do that, and then so on toggle. Yeah, sure. If toggled, then this dot toggled equals we're going to do false, because if it's true, then we turn it off, and then we go on disable, so then we do else, and then this dot toggled equals true, and then we call on enable. There you go. So there's the module class done. So now we need to make a module manager to handle all of the modules in a client. I fucked that up royally. Okay, let's change that. Okay, there you go. So let's start off with getter. Let's make sure this is final. So let's go ahead. Private final hash map. This is going to be a pretty complicated module manager. We are going to be using hash map as it's more efficient and more performance than, say, a list or an array list. So we're going to be using this hash map, and then this is going to be modules. Now let's go ahead, public module manager, this dot module modules equals new hash map. All right. So now we need to return the list. So public final module module get module. Then this is going to be class question mark extends module. We're going to name this mod, and then return modules dot get mod. There we go. And now we are going to register the mods, the modules. So we're going to do that automatically, just to make life easier on us. So void register, just like that. So now we want final reflections. I'm just gonna name it REFL, short for reflections, and then equals new reflections. And then this, what we want here is we want a prefix that points to where the implementation is going to be. So in this case, I'll go here, implementation, and you want it to point to this folder, implementation. So store.scriptkitty.event or .module.implementation. So store.scriptkitty. So right now we are in this folder. So .module, now we're in this folder, and then implementation, now we're in this folder. This is what we want. So just make sure to translate that over to your workspace environment. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a final set class extends module, and then we need to go ahead and import this, and then let's go ahead and do classes, reflections dot get subtypes of, and then module dot class. and then 4 class extends module class or class classes classes, and then we want this. We need a try and a catch so that it doesn't error. So final module equals a class dot new instance. There we go. This is going to error because we need to put in a catch, which we are going to do. So modules dot put a class and then feet. There you go. And actually, for funny, I'm going to put that as feet. All right, cool. So now we need a catch. So we're going to catch instantiation exception and illegal access exception, and we are going to ignore those. Okay, cool. So there it is. There's the automatic registration, and now we're going to have an unregistration, but we're going to make this one a manual one. So unregister, and then module, and then 4 module mod, module, and then modules dot remove mod dot get class. There you go. So there you go. So now we have a module manager, and up here in the module manager we need to type in register to register all the modules. And now we're going to go into best, and we need to initialize the module manager. So let's go ahead and do private module manager mm, and then in here underneath the yeah, sure, actually we'll do it after set title, why not. Let's go here, equals new module manager, and then now we need a listener for event key. So I'm gonna do subscribe private final listener event key. Oops, what did I do? Okay, there we go, Alpine, and then listener equals new listener e, and then we'll do that. Okay, if this dot does not equal null, because we want to check if the module manager is not null, we don't want a null pointer exception, then we need to get modules, then we need to get values, and then we need to do for each, we'll go m, and then there we go. So if m dot get key, and m is module, by the way, m is module. So so if get key equals event dot get key, then we are going to toggle the module. There you go. And so now that we have the on key, essentially, now we are free to make a module. So we're going to go ahead and go into package. We're going to make a motion package, and inside of motion package we're going to make a sprint module. So we're going to start up here, we're going to do module info, and we're going to do name equals sprint description equals you're gay, deal with it. All right, cool. This needs to be a comma. Cool. And then so we want this to extend module. Make sure you import the right modules. Then we're going to or import the right module, sorry. And then we're going to make new public sprint, or yeah, public sprint, and then we're going to set the key. So this is going to be the keybind, so keyboard, and then you can choose any key here. Personally, I'm going to bind it to B. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to do @override public void on enable. There you go, and then super dot on enable. And let me check if I can override methods. Yep, on disable right here. Cool. And so now we have on enable, on disable, and now we're going to add a listener. So we're going to add an event update. So subscribe, private, final, listener, event update, listener, or you can just make this, you know, on update if you wanted to, equals new listener, E for the event, and then this is going to be MC dot the player dot set sprinting true. There we go. So now we are free to run the client, and so now when we hit B, our character should sprint indefinitely. And we'll see that this is our first module. So let's go ahead and check and see if it works. Please work. There you go. You can see our character is now sprinting indefinitely, even when we go backwards. It's not really sprinting, but there are sprint particles, so I'll take it. But we're not going to end on this. We want to improve sprint, so let's go ahead and show you how to do that. So we need to apply basic logic here. Okay, in Minecraft you can't sprint when you're against a wall, obviously, because you're not going anywhere. So we're going to add an if statement. So if MC dot the player dot is collided horizontally, return, because we don't want to continue on if we are collided horizontally. Moreover, we don't want to continue sprinting if we aren't moving. So mc.theplayer.move forward less than or equal to 0. So if we're going backwards, or if we're not moving, then we're going to return. So now what we want is we want to do a check to say if we're using an item. So mc.theplayer.is using item, we're going to return, and then we're going to do if mc.theplayer.is sneaking, because we don't want to be sprinting while we're sneaking as well. So we're going to add all of those, and so now you should see that it is improved. There we go. We have now improved sprint. There you go. So now the world is looking a little bit dark. So let's go ahead and fix that by adding a Fulbright. So we're going to go here, going to make a new package. Now when you make a new package, you want to make sure to remove this, because this is the old motion. So we want to create a new package, or we're going to name this, say, visual, or whatever you set your category as. So we're going to do new Java class Fulbright. You can title this however you want. We're going to do module info name equals Fulbright. There we go. Comma, and then description is going to be bright equals full. Sure, just trying to be witty. Okay, there you go. Category visual. All right, cool. So now we're going to extend module, and we are going to add two methods. We're going to add on enable and on disable. So let's go ahead and add those, and there we go. It extends module, and now we need to add a keybind. So public a Fulbright. There we go. And then we're going to do set key keyboard dot key m. Sure. So there we go. Now we need to re-add on update. So subscribe private final listener event update. Oops. Okay. Event update. Bro. Okay, I'm done trying to use Alt Enter because it's not working. All right. event update. On update, sorry, I lost track of where I was. New listener, eBay. Oops, going to add that there, and then now what we're going to do is we're going to make a new value over here. We're just going to do private old gamma, or we need int old gamma, or I think it's float actually. We'll see. Float old gamma equals we're just going to not initialize it for now. So then on enable, we are going to do old gamma equals mc dot the player dot or actually game settings dot gamma setting. There we go. And then we're going to do the reverse on disable. So mc dot game settings dot gamma setting equals old gamma. But on update, we're going to do mc dot game settings dot gamma setting equals 3. You really don't need more than 3 because it's not going to really affect much. Some people have it at 10 or 100 or whatever, but in the future we will make it so that you can adjust how much Fulbright you want, which is a staple of many clients for some reason. Okay, so there we go. Going to turn on sprint module. There we go. It's working. And then I'm going to turn on Fulbright. There we go. So now we have full brightness. We can look in caves. We can toggle it on and off. Sorry for the seizure. But there you go. Thank you for watching. We made our first 2 modules, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.